Yeah.
What to do, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea, All Shade, the Brat Loves Judy Season 3, Episode 2 review. I want to let you guys know that Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'll be dropping my bedroom tour as well as a tour of 2 of my bigger bathrooms. So make sure you guys tune in Monday at 6 p.m. Central Time for my bedroom tour. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I went totally left with my bedroom. It looks nothing like the rest of the house. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. But let's get into this review. So we kicked the episode off with Brat going to find Judy because she stormed out of their confessionals crying because she felt like the Brat had been coming for her parenting. And so the Brat follows her into the dressing room and explains to her that she wasn't trying to be funny. She wasn't trying to shade her parenting, that she loves her and everything. And Judy is crying. And she was saying slick stuff. She was saying slick stuff about that lady parenting. And it's obvious that she has some judgments there. She does. And did Judy fail in certain areas when it comes to her kids? Yes, but no parent is perfect. We all are learning as we go. And in her position, she's a single mother that was raising her children alone and trying to make ends meet. And then she got to a point where she started this multi-million-dollar business, which took a lot of time. And she tried to give her kids the soft life. She tried to make sure that her kids had more than what she had growing up. And she did some of that to her own detriment and to theirs. And hindsight is 2020. She can't go back and change the past. You know what I'm saying? And I can see her feelings being hurt because the Brat don't know because she's not a mom yet, and she will be, and she'll see. So Judy was like, I'm tired of hearing about all the things I did wrong. Because, her kids constantly telling her what she did wrong as a mom, this, that, and the third. And she was like, if my son does something you don't like, tell him. Like, just simply tell him. This is your house too. You have the right to say something to him. He is a grown man, you know what I'm saying, living with us. So you have the right to say something. The Brat started crying because she didn't mean to hurt her feelings or offend her. And they just 2 little lesbians, child, just in their little lesbian feelings. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't that time of the month, child, and they over here cycle sisters. So the next, or not the next day, but another day, we see Judy walking around her house, and she was like, what is that smell? And I'm thinking something like spoiled in the house, or her son ain't threw something away, but she smells marijuana. So she goes upstairs into her son's room and was like, oh, you've been smoking in here. And he was like, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. And she was like, I told you can smoke, but just not in my house. And he was like, I have not been smoking in your house. Now, I can attest, my son smokes, but he cannot smoke in my house. He smokes outside. But whatever he be smoking on, child, so potent that it don't even matter about him smoking outside because the smell still comes in the house with him. And I be smelling it all the way upstairs in my room. And he's always down, all the way downstairs on another wing of my house. So he could have very well not been smoking in the house, but the kush was just that strong. So she looking around in his room and was like, are you serious? Like, look at this room. He got bottles, food everywhere, clothes everywhere. It was nasty. I'm just going to be 100% honest. It was nasty, and I wouldn't have even wanted to film in there. I would not have even put myself out there to be judged and ridiculed like that because what in the Sam hell is going on here? I mean, just trifling the way her son is living. It's giving me, you don't even wash your ass. Like, what is going on? And then he got a woman living with him and they both living like that. So both of y'all nasty and funky. And baby, when Judy talking about, so where can I even sit down and sit down on that bed? You know them sheets ain't been washed. You know they just laying up in there having sex and eating pizza in bed. It's crumbs. Ain't no way. And then Judy said, is that a bug? The camera pans on the wall, y'all, and it's a cockroach. And I'm like, Judy, you would have been better off just pretending it wasn't there. Why even point it out? Because now everybody going to be looking at y'all talking about, so y'all got roaches, your son nasty. Baby, first of all, when I saw the room looking like that, you got to go. You got to go. You're a grown man. You can figure it out. You got to go. But that roach, you done brought roaches into my house. You got to go. You have to go. You got to go. Now, granted, people will get a roach here and there, you know what I'm saying, because they find their way into your house no matter how clean it could be or whatever. But in this case, we know that came from that nasty trifling tail room because it's food and stuff everywhere. Baby, he would have been kicked out right then and there. Nope. Time for you to go. Time for you to go. All that crying about grandma being gone, I feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? But you nasty. You're nasty, nasty, nasty. I would have been yelling at him like an old church mother grandmama. If you don't get your ass up and clean up this mother, I would have cussed him out. Cussed him clean out. And I think because Judy's kids are always saying how she wasn't around and she wasn't there, that she now tries to compensate for her not being there and coddling them and being extra soft with them. That's making it worse. That's making it worse, because should no grown man feel comfortable enough to even be living like that, let alone living like that and knowing camera crews are around and that this gonna be on national television. Like, you would think that he would at least try to hide it from the world. What? Girl, nope. So the Brat meets up with her road manager, Bella, who she's been good friends with now for about 10 years. And they talk about, she wanted to meet with her to talk to her about the possibility of Brat working with somebody else because Bella hasn't been returning her phone calls in time. And that's, she says, is affecting her business and job opportunities and stuff. So they sit down and they catching up with each other. And Brat goes on to tell Bella how she just had a miscarriage with the IVF stuff. And Bella was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I wish I would have been there for you. Because they're really close friends. And you could tell there's been a disjointment in their friendship as of late. So Bella says the reason why she hasn't really been around is because she needs to be around her daughter, because she's looked up and her daughter is getting big now and she needs to, be a mom and spend more time with her, and her daughter is in Baltimore. The Brat and Judy live in Atlanta, and it's to the point I can't spend days and weeks and months away from my child anymore, which is understandable. And the Brat says that she understood that, but I think she just said that in the moment. I think that obviously the way the show panned out, that she felt some type of way. And in that moment, she didn't say what she really wanted to say and what she came there to say. I feel like she held back. And I don't think that she talked to her friend as a friend, because there's a way to work with friends and be able to handle business with said friend. You know what I'm saying? And talk to a person in a certain way that is not being mean or derogatory or anything like that. It was a way to handle that conversation. And I think in that moment, she decided to pull back. But then later on in the episode, I feel like she went about expressing her feelings the wrong way, totally the wrong way. So the Brat does say, you not being around her lately had me being like, F you. Like, I need to find somebody else to work for me. Because she says that she needs somebody in Atlanta. Now, mind you, Bella is her road manager. But somehow along the way, it morphed from road manager to her kind of being her assistant and assisting the Brat with her everyday life. And that's the part where they're really having problems with, is that she needs somebody there to help navigate her day-to-day plans, schedule, and all of that. But that's not Bella's title. She's road manager. We're not on the road. So me not being at your beck and call is not my fault, because I'm not your assistant. Yes, I was helping you, but that's not my title, love. And I would think that you would understand that. Like, come on now, bro. So we then see Judy talk to actually one of my good industry friends, Ashley Antoinette. who is a New York Times bestselling author and publisher and business owner. We actually came into the literary industry at the same time, and we have been good industry friends for almost 20 years now. And it's just such a blessing to see how far her career has gone and my career has gone. And we just both out here doing the dang on thing. So Ashley talks to Judy about writing a book about her and the Brat's relationship and her getting them a book deal. And the Brat thinks that might be too much. Like, we already got a lot on our plate. We trying to have a baby. You got your business. I got my businesses and things that I'm doing. Now you want to add a book on top of it. So she's not really seeing the big picture of it all. And I see where the Brat is coming from, because girl, how we gonna find time to write a book and we trying to have a baby? We're gonna have a newborn. Like, ain't nobody gonna have time to be keeping up with a deadline, because once you sign with a publisher, honey, you gonna have a deadline for that thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a contract. So I understood where she was coming from, but it is a great opportunity for them. Judy, however, suggests that the Brat, Judy's kids suggest that they talk to Brat. They all get together and they was like, I think that we need to try to build more of a rapport and a relationship with the Brat, you know, because like they said that they text one another here and there, but they really don't have a relationship with her. And I understand that they're grown, but these are still her children. And I would think that you would want to build some type of a relationship with them. And to me, honestly, it doesn't seem like the Brat really wants to build a relationship with them. Maybe it's because she feels some type of way about their lifestyle, the way they live in, and she don't want to get into a place where she say something and then, you know, things go left. So I can kind of understand why she's hesitant and hasn't really made that jump, because I would be feeling some type of way too, seeing these grown kids leeching off their mama and steady trying to throw up in her face, you didn't do this for me in my childhood, but as a grown adult, I'm still taking care of you. Like, come on now. So I see where both sides are coming from. So the Brat talks to Judy about the whole Bella situation and everything. And Judy was like, you know, I know you called her a couple of times and she didn't respond. And like I said, that lady is not her assistant. She's her road manager. So I think that somehow the lines have gotten crossed. So Judy is in the kitchen with her kids having one of their family traditions where they make breakfast for dinner. And she talks to her kids about Brat and how they feel about their, you know, marriage and everything and them trying to have a baby together. And her kids are just like, they want to, you know, get closer with the Brat, and they just feel like they hope that she has more time for this new baby than she had for them. And that's a valid point. You know, you don't want to make the same mistakes for the fourth time, with her and for the first time with Brat. So the Brat ended up coming down with them to eat breakfast for dinner. And like I said, she just seemed like she was kind of like, didn't want to be there. Like, oh my God, like this is uncomfortable. Cause you could tell she want to cuss them kids out. She want to cuss them out. She want to do what Judy has not been doing. So then at the end of the episode, we see Brat and Bella sit down, and Bella thinks that she's there to help the Brat find a personal assistant, because once again, I'm not your personal assistant. I've just been helping in that, you know, position. But as they're sitting there, she learns differently. So they sitting over there and they're going over the list of the things that she will need in a new assistant. And Bella was like, well, in terms of communication, and the Brat cut her off and was like, they got to answer their phone. And it's like, whoa, with the passive aggressiveness. Like, we all know you have these issues with her not answering the phone. You had the opportunity to have a whole conversation with her that day, and it wasn't said, or it may have been said and they cut it out and edited it a certain way. But taking shots like that wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? It's a conversation. Hey, I've been trying to reach out to you. I haven't barely getting phone calls back. Is there something going on that I should know about? What's going on? Let's talk. It's a way to talk to people, and that just wasn't the right way. You know what I'm saying? So you could tell Bella was taken aback. So Bella was like, does that mean they have to answer their phone 24 hours of the day? And Brat was like, you already know the answer to these questions. Why are you asking me this? You already know. But as your role manager, she is not required to answer your phone calls 24 hours a day, love. She's just not. No. So Bella was like, I was never an assistant. I just kind of rolled with the punches. And Brat was like, you pretty much did everything that an assistant does. Like, my whole life. And Bella was like, is this person coming in to do road management too? And she was like, if I go out of town and they're with me, I guess they're being a road manager. And it's like, come on now. Like, you doing too much. You being passive aggressive. And it's just like, you what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. You're blindsiding her with this information of needing a road manager too, when she thought she was just coming there to help you find a personal assistant. It's like, what is going on? Like, this is not the way you handle business at all. So the Brat was like, no, Bella was like, so they would essentially be taking over everything that I do? And she was like, yes, everything that you don't do anymore because you're so busy. And Bella in her confessional was like, she kind of shocked me with this, So the Brat says that she used to remind her about gigs and stuff all the time, but Bella don't do that with her anymore. And Bella was like, well, love, you need to take accountability too, because I will reach out to you and tell you, like, we have time sensitive things that need to be handled and you don't respond. So both of them, I feel, are slacking in what they need to be doing. I honestly do. But at the same time, as your road manager, I tell you about something, okay, and then, I feel like as a road manager, I do need to remind you because, you got several things going on, but I'm not going to keep on reminding you like you a child. Like, you got to have your ducks in a row. And that, in turn, is why you need a personal assistant. Come on now. So the Brat was like, it's okay for me to do it because I pay you. And it's just like, girl, who you talking to, first of all? Who are you talking to? And that's just being ignorant with that stance. Oh, I can do it because I pay you. No, you can't do that just because you pay me, because ain't nobody going to deal with that. Who you talking to? So Bella was like, you don't get back to me. So I'm sitting waiting, and then stuff gets lost because days will go by and I have 80,000 other things going on. And the Brat was like, and that's the problem. You have 80 million things going on and I don't want to be 80 million in one. And Bella was like, so it's been 4 months of a lot of personal stuff. You don't even know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, Bella, well, in this statement, I feel like you're wrong, because if there are things going on, then you need to be an adult and voice that you have certain issues going on. Come on now. Can't nobody read your brain. And that's what Brat says to her. And the Brat was like, you don't tell me, do you? You need to put your pride to the side and talk to me as a friend. Bella says, if we've worked together this long and in 4 months something has completely shifted, if it's my friend, I'm going to hit you again and be like, nah, something is wrong. Well, girl, everybody not going to move the way you do. And I think that's the problem with relationships and friendships, that people think that people are going to move and handle things the way that they do. And everybody is not going to act and behave like you or think like you. So you can't just assume or expect for people to handle situations the way that you would. So the Brat gets mad, honey, at this point, and says that she has checked in with her and that she needs to check her text messages about that, and that Bella didn't check in on her about IVF or the fact that she had a miscarriage. Like, you just not finding out about that because you've been MIA. And she gets irate and stands up and pushes her chair back and says that she acting like an idiot right now. And she was like, get out, leave. And as the Brat is walking and unmiking herself, Bella says, and I have all your effing life on my SHIT. And Brat was like, I don't give a F what you got. I got shit on you too, B. And I didn't like that line that Bella said. I didn't like that line, because what you implying? You gonna blast me and my information to the public, or you gonna blackmail me? Like, out of everything, that would have been the reason why we don't work with each other no more. Because why would that be the first thing that come out your mouth as soon as we get into it? Why would you say something like that? Because then that shows me your real true colors, that if we ever did fall out, or say, for instance, I did fire you but still want to be your friend or whatever the case may be, you'll be feeling some type of way and try to blast me, blackmail me. Like, what was that about? That got me looking at White Devil sideways. I ain't like that. Now, I was understanding where she was coming from. I do feel like Brat handled it the wrong way. But that line right there, Nah, buddy. Overall, I'm gonna give tonight's episode of the Brat Loves Judy a B plus. That roach took me out though. That roach and that sun room and how nasty it was took me out almost over everything else. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. I love you guys and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.